Good evening, my name is Garrett and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Bombarda. This is Culverin. This is a 43% ABV, at least 5-year age statement, dark rum. Now this is a newer brand that started showing up on the shelves in my market, and I'm a sucker for bottles. I am not against the marketing ploys that companies do to me. It's a frickin' cannon. It's got the cannon. It's a cannon shape. This screams, I needed it. But you can actually, so to get off on a different tangent, you can actually get the wagon that these sit in. Not that I would trust it after I open it, because that would scare the hell out of me to come home one day and it's pouring out the back or something. Just saying. But no, let's talk about the rum itself now. So we know this is actually a blend of 3 different rum types, coming from Dominican Republic, Panama, and Barbados. And we know it's between 5 and 8 years old. They say they can guarantee that they don't use the Solero cask blending method. No sugar, no colorants, no caramel, and no cold filtration. So a lot of things going on with this bottle. And they actually offer a 8-year-old version, and then I think it's 14 years. I love when rum companies can offer several different age statements just to kind of give an idea. And, you know, while the blends might be different or the items itself, given that age statement just gives it some more clarity, in my opinion. So, as always, we've been trying it 2 different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add a drop of water, see how it changes up. Again, I'm in love with this bottle. Really, truly am. And depending on how this one turns out, I will try to get I might be traveling to where I can get the 8-year. It's a little more expensive, but depending on how this turns out, it might be worth it. And again, this brand I've just recently started seeing show up in my market. So previous, I try to keep an eye on rums because I feel like rum is an area that is underappreciated. So anytime I can, it might hold up. Anytime I can find a new rum or something different that hits the market, especially something that's got some good transparency going on, I'm always about it. Very golden. Got that straw color going on there. Very light. So, let's go for notes. Ooh. Okay. Sweet. A little bit of ABV does show up. Vanilla, caramels. You're dancing close to that, what I call the cream soda note, which is not a bad thing. I love that. Very classic rum on the nose. I mean, there's not a lot of differences going on here. It's sweet, a little bit of a spice note going on, a little pepperiness, just a nice, simple spice. It's starting to open up a bit as well, so that vanilla is getting a little lighter. It's not getting quite as sweet as when it first started. But still very inviting. The ABV is pulling back too. I'm either getting used to it or it's dialing itself back. But yeah, very classic on there, but with a little bit more spice than what I'm used to. That pepperiness is very welcomed. So, let's go for taste. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Not as sweet as the smell. That's got a lot more. It actually reminds me of almost. It's sweet, and I'm trying to think of the words. It reminds me of a whiskey. It's got a good oak impact. The sweetness coming across is higher than a normal whiskey, yes, but the spicy character. It reminds me of, just that beautiful, simple whiskey. But with the vanilla turned up. You get a bit of vanilla, oak, big palette of oak here. A bit of spice kind of weaving itself in and out. Very light spice. The caramel is showing up too. That vanilla caramel is kind of pulling together, bringing out those cream soda notes. But that oak is really impactful here. I like that with that bit of spice. It's not super complex. But what it's bringing to the table is very nice. Maybe just a tad pinch of a metallic here at the end, which isn't necessarily uncommon. But it's so light that I almost didn't even want to go, it tastes metallic. Because it really doesn't, but it's very, very light there. It's really unlike a lot of rums I've had. Because it's not quite as sweet, sickly sweet as the cream soda note can be. That spice characteristic that's bringing to the table is bringing in some nice cinnamon. Definitely good crack of pepper on there. The oak is really impactful, and that's probably what really surprises me the most is how impactful that oak shows up on the taste. Okay, try some with a little bit of water. See what changes up here. Right, that is a hefty cork. It's heavy. That still worries me. I know it's made for that, but I'm like, man, this is probably one of those times I would have been fine with a screw cap on there. Just saying. Maybe, again, I'm probably wrong. Let's be honest there. I'm wrong about a lot of things. I'm just some internet schmuck here. Drinking things. Let's see what the water does. Pulls back on a lot of your sweetness. Actually, if you want me to be honest, which obviously I'm going to be, it's not as... It goes a lot more simple. And honestly, this is how I came in here expecting this nose. Of being kind of yeah, it's okay, yeah. You can still get a little bit of vanilla. The oak has shown up a little bit more on the nose. Bit of spice in there too. It's not bad. The ABV does show up a little bit more. But this has all the cream soda vibes going on. Still. But this isn't bad. The more I'm acclimating to it, it's not a bad nose at all. It's a dialed back classic nose for a rum. So, let's go for taste. That's not half bad. Actually, that's pretty damn good. This has now become an even more easy sipper. The oak is lighter, but still there. The spice is coming through well. That sweetness has been dialed back. Wow. You still get the vanilla, you still get the caramel. The oak is very present still. But it's almost like the flavors got married together or almost blended together better with that. That is really good. Wow. Now I'm kind of torn here because I really like this. Now I'm even loving this one more. The bit of metallic that I was getting in the neat version, gone. Definitely not as sweet, but still has a lot of good character going on. The cinnamon's still showing up. That pepperiness is still there. Almost goes into like the grandma's kitchen spices, like the baking spices and things like that. That's pretty good. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. Try this one both ways. I think it does a really damn good job, both versions of that. I'm really, really impressed on how well that stands up with the drop of water in there. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price. It's always going to vary. I picked this up for $32. And I'll be honest, it was normally like $35 and it was on sale. With the bottle statement piece like this, I kind of came in here with preconceived notions. I was like, you're going to get people in with your bottle and, you know, you're really going to kind of be a mediocre rum at the end of the day. But to be frank, this is really good. I'm very curious what the 8-year-old and even the 14-year-old versions do. I'll probably end up picking up the 8-year because I can find that. I've never seen the 14-year-old version on any shelves. But I'll say this much. If you're a rum drinker or you're looking into getting a rum, I think this is a good starting point for anything. The thing I love about this one compared to some other rums is that it's gets a good oak impact and those spices. It's not your typical rum spices. And I'm very curious what rum was in here that brought out those notes, because it does remind me vaguely of a whiskey, bringing in those, the cinnamon, the pepperiness, and that just nice, simple grandma spices, those baking spices concept with that oak is not like a common whiskey I've had. So I'm going to give it a big thumbs up in my book. So yeah, there you have it, Bombarda Culverin, or however you pronounce it, because I'm sure I murdered it yet again. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. I'm always on the hunt for something unique and fun to try. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.